today, we all have a standard that we live by. We all have standards that make us who we are, that make our lives the way they are, and we all have a standard of living. So when we ask ourselves, what is my standard? What do I stand for? What do I believe in? What am I striving to complete? What are my motivations? What I want to do to make the world better for me? And that's where your standards come in. So a lot of times we find when we don't have a standard that is where we want it to be, where we want to go, do you find maybe that you're going in a circle? And I mean this like the same thing over and over, the same people every day, the same task every day, the same people talking the same talk every day. And that would be okay, but if you're not feeling that maybe you need to motivate more, or maybe you need to get out of that loop, and this is up to you, your feelings, what you want to do. So if you're in that day after day loop of the same thing, and you find that it's dragging you down, that you're not happy, that you're just going through the motions, that's similar to, have you ever seen that movie Groundhog Day? It came out, forever ago. I'm going to date myself now back to the ancient times. But in that movie, the guy lived his day over and over and over, trying different things, but he just kept going over and over until he got it right. So one thing I'm going to ask you here is, hold on just a second. Okay. Is if you're in that loop where you're going over and over and over and you're not getting where you want to go, then you could be in that circle. So if you're in that circle, then what you can do to get out of that circle is to change your standard. Change what you stand for. Change what you believe. Change what you want to have happen in your life, whether it be your business or your family or a relationship, whatever it is. We all have a standard that we live by. So, and your standard is also part of your routine. What do you do first thing in the morning when you get out of bed? What is the first thing you do? And do you do this thing over and over and over? Well, what we're going to get down to in that aspect is, if you're not having a routine to where it is the routine that is helping you to move forward, that is helping you to evolve yourself into the person you want to be. Because it is a known fact, and you probably already know this, is you cannot receive what it is you want until you are, come on, you are that person. Until you become that person who would have what you want to achieve, what you want to create. When you become that person, then you can have whatever it is you're in vibration to receive. So look at what your standards are, and more importantly, look at what you believe. And what kind of a routine do you have in your life? The routine that is a mindset, the routine that is a flourishing, evolving circle, where it's not just an everyday circle that goes around and around, it's an expanding circle to where you will bring into your world what you dream of having, what you choose to have. So, more important, your rituals in the morning. Do you get up in the morning excited, full of gratitude for what you have? Do you meditate? Do you maybe read? Do your affirmations? Do your exercise? Do you visualize what you want your day to be or what you want your life to be? All these things. And they don't take a lot of time. But you'll find if you get into a routine where you're working on yourself first thing in the morning, and you're clearing your mind, and you're clearing not just your mindset, but you're opening the door for you to receive more of what maybe you're dreaming that you are going to have this life. You're dreaming that you're going to have this partner, this relationship. You're dreaming you're going to have this killer job that you want so bad. That is part of visualizing. That is when you daydream, that is visualizing. So the more you do that, and I don't mean just go through your day daydreaming and getting lost in the never world of daydreams. I don't mean do that. I mean, when you can daydream and be in tune with what you want and see it and feel it, that's changing your standard. That is getting you in vibration to have what you want. And don't set yourself with limits of you can only do so much. This is a story. I'm going to tell you a story of a friend of mine. I have a friend that throughout his life, the first part, I should say, of his life, he had the mindset of he was only going to make $50,000 a year. $50,000 a year. Now, back in the day, that was good money. $50,000 a year. And so what was happening was, and I had met him sometime after he had been in this conundrum that he's in, or was in, I should say, is he had that set. And what would happen would be he would make the $50,000, but then he wouldn't make any more commissions after the $50,000. He had his mindset stuck in the loop. It was stuck in the loop of he was only worth $50,000. Well, if you can relate to that in any way, then you're going to love this part, because next thing, my friend, he came to me and he said, I always make $50,000. I can't make any more. I don't make any less. I'm right there at $50,000 and some change, or, $50,000, 400, whatever. It is actually over, I guess, when you look at it that way. But in his mind, he was only getting to the $50,000 mark. So we were talking and I said, well, you need to change who you are. You need to change. And then I didn't call it a standard. Then I just called it, I said, you need to become that person. And this was several years ago, before all this came about, before the mindset and all this other stuff. And he said, well, how do I do that? And I was like, well, you got to become that person first. You have to see yourself having more, having what you want. Change your mindset. Change how you feel about it. See yourself having it. And so what he did, he decided he was going to go for 100,000 plus. And he said he was going to put the plus on there so then the money would keep coming in. Now he worked on commission, so he sold on commission, and that's how he got his paychecks. So he started doing that, seeing himself with $100,000 a year plus, and he just, kept it growing, kept it going. And well, without him even realizing it, by him meditating on that, and by seeing himself having that, he had changed his standard, which means he changed who he was. He also did a few other things. He changed how he was eating. He started eating more healthy and started being more in tune with that. He changed how his attitude was towards everybody and everything. He started changing who that person that he was becoming is. He started becoming the $100,000 a year person plus. Got to add the plus. So when he did that, and the $100,000 came in, it was plus, and it just kept coming and coming and coming. And he came back to me one day, we were having lunch, and he said, you're never going to believe this. I'm buying lunch. And I was like, really? That is fantastic. What's going on? And he tells me his story about how he has now got over the $50,000 hump. He's now 100,000 plus, and it keeps coming in. So now he's at 200,000, and he keeps growing and growing. Well, I was so pleased for him. We had to have a celebration. We had to just get excited for him because he changed who he was in that mindset. So when you change who you are right now, you will get more. You will exceed more. So now he's at $500,000 a month. a month. He is doing fabulous. He's doing awesome, all because he changed who he was into who he is now. So when you change who you are now into who you will be, you're going to find that you're going to have the lifestyle you want. You're going to have the home business you want. You're going to be able to use the systems, use the strategies to your benefit, which is what it's all about. It's all about you achieving what you need to achieve. So it's all mindset, it's strategy, it's philosophy, it's you becoming the you need to be. So when you have the home business you want and your standards are up there, they're being happy and they're flowing with what you're doing, and you're not afraid to take risks, you're not afraid to take that system or that strategy that you see everybody else using, and that part of you that says, well, that's probably not going to be for me, or I'm not going to work with that, or that's not going to happen. When you get past that loop that's right there, when you get past that, you're going to find anything and everything is going to have a way of working out for you. You grow your business, you grow your lifestyle, you grow your legacy, all because you change your standard on who you are right now. Now, keep in mind, every time you grow and every time you expand what you want to do in your life, you have to change and become that person. You cannot stay, like, for example, my friend, if he would have stayed, excuse me, in the $100,000 plus mindset, he would still be making $100,000 a year if he would have stayed there. But when he seen that by changing who he was, excuse me, by changing his actions, by changing his attitude, by changing how he greeted the day, he was able to change the life. He was able to change the now that he's in right now into the future that he has. Because anything you do right now, here and now today, is now, and we live in the now. But your now should have a gateway to your future, so that everything you do now is a gateway to what you're going to have down the road. So if you're building a lucrative income with a sustainable margin of revenue, you're going to have a good life, and you will adapt to that life. You will adapt to what you're doing. You will adapt to becoming that person. Every time you excel, every time you succeed, you're going to adapt more and more to who that person is. That is raising your standard, and you will raise it all throughout your life. You never want to stay in the same position you are right now. This is who you are now. Who will you be in your future? Who is your future self? Who do you see your future self being? Really, who do you see yourself being? Do you see yourself being outgoing, excited, and happy, and having the lifestyle and the time freedom and the time with your family that you desire so much? If that's the person you see, then become that person. Start acting like that person. How does that person in your imagination act? How does that person in your dream act? Carefree, loving, happy, gratitude, love, super powerful emotions, super powerful. Use each and every one of those, friends. Use them all, because it's amazing how this comes about. And I am happy for you. I am grateful that you joined me on my broadcasts, and thank you so much. So I hope you got value from this, because you know what? This is going forward, and we are so grateful for this time we have together. So take this, please subscribe to our channel. It's right down here. And hit the dinger button so you can get notifications on what we're doing. And we also have a new group coming out over on the FB. I haven't got a title for it yet, but as soon as I do, you're going to be able to get in there. It's a private group, so it's for mindset, it's for motivation. We which no one can motivate you but you. You are the only one who can motivate you. They can inspire you to be motivated, but you have to motivate yourself. It's true. It is true. Sorry, but it's true. So I will let you guys know as soon as we get the new header or the new title for this group we're doing. As soon as I get a title, everybody will know. Okay. Thank you. And again, please subscribe and like and have a happy day. I'm just getting all flustered. Okay, I'll talk to you later.